Welcome all of you here. In this quick session, we will discuss how to score 25 plus marks out of 30 in RBI Grade B 2025 Phase 1 examination, which is not at all easy, but not at all impossible. Through structured preparation, consistent practice, and strategic time management, we can achieve that. Obviously, Rome was not built in a day, but of course, we can achieve that. I have written some points. Step by step, we'll be discussing them. But initially, I must say, English must be taken as three important points which comprise this language: grammar, vocabulary, and reading skills. When it comes to grammar, we come across questions from error detection, sentence improvement, and if they're voice and narration questions. If we complete grammar, which can easily be completed to be honest, as compared to the other sections, we can score pretty much in error detection, sentence improvement, voice and narration questions. Okay. Next step is vocabulary. Of course, the database of vocabulary should be strong to tackle direct antonym, synonym, idiom phrase questions. And indirectly, they're in the RC in a closed test in fillers. And of course, reading deserves the top spot. Reading here in regulatory examinations deserve the top spot. RCs do generally comprise 8 to 10 questions, and coherent paragraph and paragraph completion and parajumbles. So we will discuss all these things in detail. Let's start. Initially, I have written something. Of course, I know you know that English section in RBI Grade B Phase 1 consists of 30 questions carrying 30 marks with a 25-minute time limit. Yes, this section presents an excellent opportunity to score maximum marks because it requires no complex calculations and can significantly boost your overall score. With proper strategy and preparation, as I said, achieving 25 plus marks is not only possible but highly achievable. I've already said that, but let me go through this briefly. That yes, RC's 8 to 10 questions if we understand the exam pattern and question distribution. Grammar based 3 to 4 questions in error detection there. Word swap questions, 4 words have been highlighted there, they may not be at their proper position. Correct them to make the statement grammatically and contextually correct. Fillers, single fillers, double fillers, sometimes triple fillers also. Parajumbles, and parajumbles here in regulatory examinations go one step ahead, two steps ahead. In SSC examinations, generally we have 4 sentences, we have options, can easily eliminate. In banking, we have 6 to 7 sentences, no options, okay, tricky, but as per the availability, we have to go with the flow. It goes one step ahead in regulatory examinations. Why? How? They sometimes ask, after rearranging the passages, the sentences, I'm sorry, which of these can be the first statement before the original first statement? Say which of these can come before the first sentence. Which of these can come before the first sentence? To answer that, I must go with the whole flow of the passage. Otherwise, I can't answer which of these can come first before the first sentence. Okay, after rearranging the passage or sentences, which of these can come after the last sentence? Which of these can come between the third and the fourth sentence? Requires thorough comprehensive knowledge, reading skills, attention span, concentration level, and pretty much. So RCs here, sorry, parajumbles here are pretty important. Idiom phrases, direct questions, but look at the instructions, I would love to say. Without looking at the instructions, if you answer, you may answer wrong because the first question, for example, starts, pick the correct idiom usage. You answer where the idiom has been used correctly. The next statement, the next question shifts the instructions saying pick the incorrect usage. If you see that this question has idiom phrases, that question has idiom phrases asked, but you didn't see the instructions, it was asking the correct usage, it was asking the incorrect usage, I'm sure you understand. So go through the instructions first. They may ask this way or that way. Sentence connectors also, starters also, which are totally based on conjunctions in English. You are given a couple of sentences, start them this way and combine accordingly, or which of these can be a proper connector to combine them, which requires the tone and everything such we need to understand first. Initially, mark my words, or focus, Initially, aim for 20 to 25 correct answers, no matter you attempt 25, 26, or 28. Initially, aim for scoring 20 correct answers. That's how we can score 25 plus marks. Any objection? You can drop your comments. Okay, strategic approach topic by topic. RCs, the game changer there. I've written this carefully. I'm sure you will understand the importance. Three-step RC strategy. Okay, if we study or we read or go through the RC fully, keeping every single minute detail into consideration, it will consume a lot of time. You understand that. RCs are not smaller there, they are lengthy. And we have that 25-minute time frame, time limit, and considering all the questions, RC alone can take you 5 minutes if you are not good at that. So initially start skimming the passage. Quickly go through the passage, identify the main idea and tone of the passage first to save time, then make strategic question selection. Start with the direct or fact-based questions. Then tackle those inference-based questions. Verify the answers because everything in the RC justifies their answers. We need not bring anything from home. If you are ambiguous, you feel like uncertainties there, this can be the answer. Please verify because answering wrong is pretty costly. Some RC mastery tips focus on the main idea, then the minute details initially, and when you need, like I need to go through that minute detail, go through the RC there and you can find it. Don't memorize everything in the RC, keeping those minute details. What you can memorize, the tone of the RC or the central argument of the RC, and where they changed their theme, keeping just 3 to 4 important points into consideration. In the initial first paragraph, they discussed this. In the next paragraph, they discussed that. In the third, fourth, and fifth paragraph, they have discussed this, which will help you come back from the questions to grab the answers. Okay, they discussed this in the third paragraph. They discussed that in the second paragraph. Need not read the RC again and again and again from the beginning. Look for those transition words, as I said, because there we can shift our focus. The flow of the passage is changing here. Practice reading economic editorials as they are relevant when it comes to regulatory bodies and such examinations from The Hindu, The Economic Times, Live Mint, and build context-based vocabulary through daily editorial reading. And trust me, you better know this, you are mature enough. If you do this properly, you have qualified the cutoff through RCs alone. Let's go ahead. When it comes to grammar, the easiest part that we can finish quite quickly, but what to focus here as we get the first part. Subject verb agreement. Which of these words take verb as per the first subject? Which of these take as per the second subject? Conditional clauses. The present subjunctive mood. Mathematics is, but my mathematics are. Statistics is, but the statistics are. Data are, and such. SVA, go for that. Subject verb agreement. Then time and tense consistency. The parallel constructions, sometimes we come across articles also, blunders from them. Fixed prepositions, but honestly relevant to the regulatory standards. If you go through error spotting, modifiers, adverbs, adjectives can also be placed here. Then read the sentence once, try it twice. Don't over exaggerate that and avoid random guessing. Check for SVA first. Time and tense consistency, article based errors or preposition based errors, and check for those superfluous structures. More, better, most, smartest, cannot be able to, or can be able to, return back, discuss about, and such. Grammar, I honestly believe, can be finished easily, quickly. When it comes to parajumbles, they, if discussed or solved strategically, easy, otherwise nearly impossible. 3 to 4 points you can consider. Check if the given statements has some time frame. Use chronology. In 1948, a law started, some decree was there. Then in 1972, it got amended. In 2008, it got amended again. Back in 2024, it got amended again. So that gives you the flow of the passage as per the time expressions out there. Obviously, we start with the full forms first, short forms, them, acronyms there. You put the examples after the hypothesis or theory, examples after the hypothesis or theory, and I would honestly say the flow of the passage, the availability of the sentences define the answer. Identify easily the opening and the closing statements first. Look for connector words. They are discussing this here, they are discussing this here. Possibility is A and E should be together. Okay, this was marked here, which was called back again here. Possibility is B and F should be together. They discussed this here and that here. Possibility is and C and D can come together. So connectors are pretty important. They help you rearrange the passages, sentences quickly. Chronological order, as I said, pronoun references for sure, and practice daily editorial reading to understand the flow of different terms, different contexts, in what manner they mention that. Fill in the blanks, I would say context is the key and rest is vocabulary, because if we know the meaning of the words, we can. Apart from that, context comes into existence. So fillers, I would say purely vocabulary based, but still look for those despite working hard. Okay, so there is contrast coming. I want to just looking at working hard, which gives me positivity. Despite working hard, okay, things are going to be negative now. So focus on such words also. Read the sentence completely before answering. Don't look at the half sentence. Things may have changed after. Understand the context and the tone. Use elimination. Focus on grammar. Sometimes it's easy. It has happened in the PYQs, to be honest. You need just an adverb. All the options were adjectives except the last one. The only answer possible. Forget about the context. Grammatically wrong sentences cannot be there in the examinations, and build context-based vocabulary rather than just written or rotten learning. Okay, if I say time management, which I said in the beginning, optimal time allocation for those 25 minutes, RCs, 10, 12 minutes, because we have 10 questions. Skimming first, getting the direct answers, then checking those inference based answers. If you're not sure about one or two, leave them. Maturity is. Grammar based questions, 5 minutes. I would say pretty much for those 7 to 8 questions of error detection or sentence improvement or voice or narration. Parajumbles, 4 to 5 minutes, 3 to 5 questions are there. Fillers, 3 to 4 minutes for those 5 questions, including close test. Review, check them if you have time, and we can find time to check, to proofread, honestly, once we practice enough. Smart attempt sequence. I would say before I say anything, you can start the way you feel comfortable. Many start with grammar based questions, many start with comprehension based ones, many start with vocabulary based ones. So what works for you works for you. What works for him may not work for me. What works for her may not work for me. But still, I would say solve those easy peasy ones first that do not require time, just like fillers, done in less than a minute or 1 minute. Error spotting, done. RCs initially may be time consuming. Move to parasamples, then tackle RCs later. Attempt the difficult questions in the end. Yes, you can skip a couple or 3 or a max of 5 if your accuracy is almost 90% or plus. We have almost 30 days for RBI Grade B 2025 Phase 1 examination. Here's a 30-day study from my side, which I think is going to be beneficial for all of you out there. You can change accordingly. Should have a daily practice routine of 1 hour, minimum of 45 to 60 minutes there. Initially in the first or the second week, make your foundation, build your foundation. In the morning, you can read 2 to 3 editorial articles, note the vocabulary, jargons, the technical words out there. In the evening, practice grammar rules and error spotting. When you reach the third week, fourth week, the topic mastery should be there. RC passages 2 to 3 daily from standard sources. Grammar, focus on tenses, SVA, fixed prepositions. Vocabulary, as per your ability, I can say, learn 10 to 15, 25 to 35 or 50 new words daily with their proper context usage. In an example, final week, sectional tests, full length mock tests, and quite more than that is the analysis. It happens, we are different, not all are the same. Analyzing your own mistakes help you improve yourself better. What I say, a couple of mistakes I usually make, next time when I come across them, I'll remember I need not make this mistake. And mistakes, if I honestly say, are of two types. The concept based mistake, which was new to me, I will learn this. But the silly mistakes that we usually come across, we must avoid them. So analyzing your own mocks is the key. If I mention vocabulary building practice or techniques, power words for banking exams, those stand first, like the economic terms, banking vocabulary, and some advanced words also. You can follow a proper routine of learning as per your ability. 10 words new daily, or 20 words new daily, or 50 words new daily with some similar words and opposite words with the proper context and usage. Practice them in sentences, revise them weekly, and focus on contextual usage rather than just the definition of the word. We have to use them, not define in an interview. Okay, mock test strategy. Compile all these and you have your result. You can reap the benefits. When it comes to weekly testing schedule, topic wise tests go, sectional tests do have them, and full length mock tests. Analyze them and identify your weak areas. Your weak areas, they may be different from mine for focused practice. Track your accuracy trends over time. Things that you are already good at, need not spend pretty much time on them. Maintain your error log with mistake patterns where you fall, and practice time management under exam conditions. In simplest words possible, I may solve a question of mathematics of IIT sitting at home in 50 minutes, but I have to solve there in the examination with the timer going on in less than a minute. So that differs and makes the difference. Okay, analyze your mock properly, thoroughly. Some common mistakes I feel you must remember to avoid: critical errors that cost marks. RCs should not be read line by line, keeping every minute detail into consideration. It wastes time. Okay, if you don't have a time limit, you can go ahead for proper accuracy. But keeping time into consideration, we can't go through those lengthy RCs line by line. Don't read them so slowly. In the RCs, especially a coherent paragraph, don't use outside knowledge. Yes, I know education is important, but I don't know how the passage wasn't emphasizing education as per the grading system. And you insert data from your side. Yes, education is important. Yes, exams are important. The passage may not be supporting your personal evidence or biased opinion. Don't use personal knowledge there in the examination in any section. Follow the formal part, unanimous approach. Overthinking grammar questions will just waste your time, or you may find error in some other section which didn't have an error. If it has, attempt it. If it doesn't have, look at that once or twice, leave it. Skipping a question is also an art. Ignoring negative marking consequences, if you do that, you attempted 20 plus correct answers, but 10 incorrect answers will drag your score. So please don't ignore negative marking consequences and poor time distribution among the topics. Going through RCs initially and spending too much time left left margin for those questions which I have attempted quite easily. Say fillers, simple. Say error detection, quite simple. Say direct idiom usage, quite simple. So all these things I would love to read again. RC should not be read line by line slowly, keeping time into consideration. Using outside knowledge for anything in examination. Overthinking grammar questions, ignoring negative marking consequences, and poor time management among the sections. Expert tips for maximum score. English can be your highest scoring section. Honestly, don't underestimate it. Accuracy matters more than your speed. Please avoid guesswork. Build strong fundamentals, grammar rules, vocabulary will help you decipher everything there. Practice consistently, 45 minutes daily for the reading part for 30 days. Analyze every mock test. Learn from our own mistakes. And the final week strategy, revise grammar rules daily so you need not check them emphatically. Practice previous year papers under timed conditions. Focus on accuracy over attempting all the questions. Happily, you can skip 2-3 questions. No problem. Stay calm, cool, composed, and read the questions carefully. I said that. Let me say that again with example. Pick the correct idiom usage. Okay, second and third, both 2 and 3. Pick the incorrect idiom usage. I didn't see that. Second and third use is correct. 2 and 3, but the answer was only 1. Read the instructions carefully. And before I finish, would love to say, with structured preparation, I did say that in the beginning of the session, with consistent practice and strategic time management, scoring 25 plus in English is achievable. This can be your competitive edge or advantage in clearing RBI Grade B Phase 1 cutoff. Remember, English preparation, yes, I always say this, requires consistency over intensity. Exaggeration. Start today, practice daily, and watch your scores improve drastically. All the best from our side. If you have any objection, query, question, feel free to ask. Would love to answer them. Thank you so much for being here. All the best from our side. And yes, if you haven't, download the app, subscribe to the channel, and watch content for free here and attempt those mock tests. We will help you go ahead. Okay. If you are new here, subscribe to the channel, as I said, download the app for YouTube classes, PDFs, for PYQ PDFs, and pretty much here. And yes, would show this as the last slide. We have, it's clearly visible, free content for you, the preparation kit, which includes 10 PDF ebooks for RBI Grade B 2025 complete guide, 100% economic and finance terms, RBI Grade B PYQs for last 5 years, budget 2025 and 6 highlights, MCQs, Grade B 2024 AIR 1s, notes, 60 plus model ESI, FM descriptive answers, quant and reasoning formula ebook, 20 model essays for RBI Grade B, top 500 general awareness MCQs, and 120 plus management MCQs, curated by RBI Grade B toppers and experts. Grab them. All the best from our side, and feel free to ask if there is anything. Thank you. See you.